This week began with obsession, with the desire to create, to move forwards with the Prince collection at all cost. But sometimes life has a way of reminding us of our limits. A misstep down the stairs left my right hand and shoulder in pain. But stubbornness prevailed. I refused to acknowledge the injury, continuing to wield my brushes and work despite the growing discomfort. The more I pushed, the more the pain intensified. It took the voice of reason and the gentle encouragement of my partner to make me face the reality that I couldn't ignore it any longer. Reluctantly, I sought the help I needed. The doctor's diagnosis was a bitter pill to swallow. I had to take about a month off, or at least monitor it for the next 4 weeks. But it all served as a reminder that I'm not invincible and that my obsessive tendencies need attention. I sometimes get lost in my will and want to create and neglect everything else, including myself and my body and my mental and heart needs. My first feeling was anger at myself for not being more mindful and falling in the first place, then frustration at my body and its perceived fragility. Thoughts of weakness, of self-judgment, all moved through my head. But with enough steps, breaths in and out, I remembered acceptance, that this life is for me, not against me, and that perhaps I am given just what I need at this moment. The forced pause from the canvas brought me to the screen of my computer, where a load of very different work had been ignored for far too long. Behind the scenes of vibrant strokes on canvas lies the more monotonous work of running a company, work I often do between painting sessions, in a rush and with feelings of guilt that I am away from my real work for too long. But now, unable to paint, I am given the space to reimagine this work, to give myself some grace to clear tasks in their own time, rather than always rushing, pushing and pulling to get things done. Even dealing with bugs in the website, navigating the challenges of payment integrations can be satisfying and fulfilling in their own way. Sometimes I have to set the brushes aside, not in defeat, but in recognition of the multifaceted nature of the path I've chosen. Halfway through the week, a message lit up my screen. Half of my current collection has found new homes, with my first big sale to date. In the quiet hum of my studio, I sat absorbing the impact of this unprecedented turn, the implications, the possibilities. They stretched out before me like an expansive canvas, waiting for the next stroke. It wasn't just the financial gain, it was a recognition of the journey, a nod to the path less traveled. I understood that this moment wasn't just about the present, it was a bridge to the future, a future where my art could find its way to more hearts, where the strokes on canvas could weave stories far beyond my studio walls. I decided to take the sold paintings out to make some decisions about varnishing and finishings, take measurements for the packaging and shipping. But as I stood there, surrounded by all this work, I found myself getting emotional, struck by the magic of this life. A chain reaction started with one frightening decision to end a 20-year career in filmmaking, to come back to my love of painting, fueled by the blind belief that love could never steer me wrong. That chain reaction has now brought me to this place, where I am given the gift of time. Time to listen and connect with the voices outside of myself, to find guidance and help to make this work be about the one thing I truly wish it could be about: service. To put joy and love out into the world and find a way to do it with love and kindness towards myself also, rather than feeding my self-destructive tendencies. To me, expressing our creativity is a form of resistance to the parts of this world that destroy and destruct, and putting that creative expression out into the world is a way to rebuild and search for the beauty of our own humanity. It has been a week of challenges, adaptations, and unexpected triumphs, and as I stand here taking in the fresh salt air, I am reminded that the creative journey is not just about creating art, it is about sharing it, letting it breathe, and watching it find its place in the world. Thank you for being here, and don't forget to subscribe and connect in the comments, and I hope to see you here again next week.